So welcome, and yes, Jesse, you're completely correct. Trouble by our guest, that was arranged by our guest, Vanessa Headley, played by Golden Harps for Panorama 2018. So hello again, welcome to All Things Pan. We're officially sponsored by Pantastics 868. Make sure you check their Instagram page. They have everything from tenor sticks all the way to bass sticks. So make sure you check them out, hit them up, ask them questions, they'll help you. So if you're new to this page, we'll be talking to panists, arrangers, tuners, builders, and maybe some pan enthusiasts like yourselves pertaining to all things pan. And on that note, I would like to welcome our guest, Miss Vanessa Headley. Just waiting for her to connect. Hello, ma'am. You might have to turn your camera sideways.
Yes.
There you go. How are you?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So your day's been going well?
Uh yes.
Yeah?
Pretty hectic today, but it was a good day. It's a good day still. Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, before we get started, I just want to let you know, near the end of the interview, I'll get some of the viewers to ask you some questions. So you'll be in the hot seat for a minute.
I'm in the hot seat already. Yeah, that'll be fun. All right.
Okay, I just want to pre-warn you.
Yeah, okay. Fair warning. All right.
Yes, yes. So I'm gonna start off easy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Vanessa Headley. Who is she?
Oh wow. That's not easy, yeah?
Not easy, no?
Always hard to talk about yourself. So, well, first off, let me say a big thank you to you, Danielle, for inviting me on your show, All Things Pan.
I
I'm
appreciate
not,
it.
yeah, I'm not a big social media person, as you probably
Oh,
realize, but All Things Pan is one of the few pages and groups and so on that I do try to stay abreast with. So,
oh,
um, thanks for having me.
oh, thanks for
And
coming.
yeah. So let me see if I can answer your question quickly. So my name is Vanessa Alexandra Headley,
Okay.
and I've been playing the steel pan since I was 4. Um, that's 27 years. So do the math, listen
Yep.
up, right? I was the first student of Golden Hands, which was founded by my mom. She's the president, Franca Hills Headley,
Okay.
and I'm the longest standing student. Uh,
Well, you should be.
yeah. So, I play the steel pan. My instrument of choice is the double seconds, and after Panorama this year, I think the quads is coming in there, but it's
Okay.
definitely in the top 3. But
Okay.
I also play the extended seconds, which was made for me by Birch Kelman.
Nice.
Let's see a little more about Golden Hands. Maybe I'm currently the musical director and vice president of Golden Hands. So
Mhm.
I mean, in Pan Talk we call it the arranger, right? So
Right.
I arrange music for Golden Hands. I compose music, original pieces. Most of them are played by Golden Hands. They've been featured in Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival.
Yes.
The Caribbean Youth Orchestra has played Peace for Cari Festa. Um, it, it, Music has popped up in a number of places. And
Yeah.
so, my thing is composing and arranging. I'm really, really into that. And
Hmm.
transcribing music. I love to do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Maybe a little bit about school. Well, I I'm from San Fernando, that's in the south. So I
Hmm.
went to St. Paul's Anglican, my primary school. But before that, Open Bible, St. Paul's, um, St. Joseph's Convent. I did A levels, which I didn't want to do A levels. I was ready to go into UE, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad my mother coaxed me, or maybe she told me I should do A levels, and I did that at St. Stephen's College, and then I went into UE
Mm-hmm.
um, in 2007. I graduated with honors with my degree, and um, then I had an opportunity to go to Berkeley in 2011 with one of the members of Golden Hands, Darren Roberts, and we did a 5-week summer program
Okay.
at Berkeley, which was short but long and life changing.
Of
I met
course.
so many great people and learned so many things in that space of time. I just was so excited to come back home and apply it
Right,
to the
right.
steel pan. And a few years went by, and I did get a scholarship uh offer to study at Berkeley. And
Okay.
at first I really was excited. I wanted to, and it was a partial scholarship, and it was actually the first time they offered that to a steel panelist. So,
Oh, wow.
but you know, it didn't work out. I couldn't get the funding in time and
Mm.
so on. And I don't have any regrets, because as things, kind of evolved, I realized that my place at that time was really here at home in Trinidad, and I really wanted to
Mm-hmm.
make a difference here and work to build Golden Hands, and you know, so
Yeah.
I did that. I'm still doing that, and um, at some point, I decided that I got really intrigued by music psychology. And
Mm.
I thought, which by the way is not to be confused with music therapy, but
Okay.
they're in they're cousins, right?
Right, right.
So I went to Sheffield University, long story short, and I did my master's in music psychology there. And again, I was really excited to come home and apply that stuff. But
Right.
it's a field that, people are kind of slowly warming up to it. And in Trinidad, we do have music therapists and so on, but, we're getting there. But
Right.
I've been able to really do some work with some Golden Hands members, especially during this pandemic time.
That's good. That's good.
So, yeah, there's so many other things. I mean, I play the pan, I write for the pan, I've adjudicated for Panorama,
Mm-hmm.
Trinidad and London. I've played in Trinidad, I've played in Antigua, I've played. So my whole life is really music, and that's
Mm-hmm.
not an understatement. It is an
Is he awesome?
understatement, or is it?
Okay.
But,
No.
it's really it's something that I believe is my gift, and
Mm-hmm.
I am committed to making the most of it. So
That's good. That's good.
yeah. I'll let you ask me another question, because that's really like my mother is probably
That's
shaking her head now, like,
just
but
stop.
yeah,
Well, you kind of answered all my questions, but we're gonna go back to them, kind of get more in depth. We're gonna get more in depth
exactly.
with it.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. So I was gonna ask you how you got involved in Paran. I'm assuming your mom forced you into it.
Well, it's strange. She didn't really force me.
Okay.
At the time, she was studying biology and chemistry.
Okay.
And through a friend of hers, Dane Roscoe Hines, he has passed on now, but he was doing
Hmm.
music at UE, a
Okay.
certificate in music. As the first time they had offered it for steel pan.
Right.
And she started, she was like, I want to learn to do that or whatever. And he was teaching her, and she started to do the certificate in music too. And he
Okay.
got her a pan, and she would practice at home, and she would teach me a song. I was
Oh
young.
yeah.
Do you want to learn, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't remember, but she would always tell me I would never want to play when she was looking. So when she was
Ah,
there, I wouldn't play, and then I would play, I guess, when I thought she wasn't listening or whatever.
right, right.
But and it's one of those things where you leave a child alone, and they're curious, so they
Yeah,
explore and whatever. And she
yeah.
realized that I guess I had a knack for it, and the rest is history, really.
It all begins with the pan at home.
Yeah, yeah, literally in our living
Yeah.
room when we started Golden Hands, when mom started Golden Hands. It was
Hmm.
my cousins and my friends that I used to play dolly house with and all of those things. We would practice right in the living room. So
Oh, that's funny. And
yeah,
I'm assuming it was a tenor pan.
it was
Yeah.
at it was at first, and then I started playing the double tenor.
Okay.
Yeah, and if
Okay.
you want, I could tell you how I ended up on the double second, but
Oh, we'll get into that. We will
yeah.
get into that. So, you're now a soloist. From Golden Hands, you became a soloist. What influenced you to become a soloist, or who inspired you to become a soloist?
Oh, so I mentioned Dean Roscoe Hines, and
Hmm.
what I like to talk a little bit more about him because he really was instrumental in who I am now.
Right.
He started to arrange for Golden Hands. He would do some music for us, and he always had this way. He was always listening to music. He was always recording himself, singing,
Hmm.
composing something on a little tape recorder, and he would play back himself singing for me, and he would play, and he would teach us how to roll, and he would just little things, and he would make it so fun, and really, like, it was just like he was to us, to me, I guess he was the best player I had ever met.
Right.
And um I feel like he is the reason why a big part of the reason why I became so in love with the pan. And
Hmm.
he is the one that, well, apart from my mom, of course, he
Yeah.
was the arranger for Golden Hands. So when he decided that he would step back and give me the opportunity to arrange, that
Yeah.
was a big deal, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So because he was doing well, and he could have continued, and he may
Hmm.
have been a big name all now, but
Right.
he took a step back and he said, "Let Vanessa try it." So
Yeah.
he,
Aw.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was
Sweet.
really, really a great guy. Yeah,
Yeah. So, do you remember the first song you arranged or composed?
of course. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. Because every time I ask a question like that, they're like, I've never
Oh,
been asked
yeah.
that. I don't think I could.
Okay, so the first song was R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly,"
Okay.
and um it I wasn't asked to do it. It was a song that I really liked, and I would play it,
Hmm.
pick it out at home and kind of play around. And um so then my mom was like, "Well, maybe you think you can do it for the band." And we actually did it together.
Okay.
Mom and I did it together because she put in some lines and variations and stuff that I wasn't really at that level, and it turned out great, and it's actually still on our repertoire to this
Nice.
day. We could play it.
Nice.
So,
That's a good thing. That's a good
it
thing because
is.
sometimes songs so old they just kind of drop off.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a good that's still on your repertoire. That's good.
yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your process in arranging? Do you start from the front line to the back, or do you go back to front? So you just kind of do everything at the same
Okay.
time?
Wow. All right. So, um, what I've found is that I do certain things. I tend to do certain things more than others, but
Hmm.
it's not set in stone. Let me
Okay.
just say that up front.
Okay.
So let's say I'm arranging a song. Like we did oil and music this year,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So my first thing for a long while I listened to the song.
Right.
I don't think about anything. I just kind of internalize it for days, weeks, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I allow myself to kind of think about what if instead of this, they did that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay.
And I just think about it, no writing, nothing yet. And when I get into it, well for starters, I don't have a preference where it comes to arranging at the laptop, computer,
Okay.
or
Okay.
in the yard.
Okay.
I think I can do either,
Uh-huh.
but there's something really special about doing it in the yard if you have the right vibe.
Yes. I agree. I agree.
So, if I'm doing it at home without the band,
Mm-hmm.
I would typically, I'll do the melody, and then my next thing is always the bass line
Oh,
before
okay.
chords, before harmony, before anything like that.
Okay.
And I get that going, and then I started fill in the blanks,
Mm-hmm.
fill in the chords and stuff. I tend to leave inside lines for last because I could get pretty carried away with my cello lines, and so I have
Okay.
to. Yeah, but typically that's it. If I'm doing a piece and we're in the yard and we're practicing, it's
Mm-hmm.
really at that whatever happens in the moment kind of thing. It's
Right.
not ad hoc, it's not chaos. I might make it sound like that, but it isn't. It's just kind of get into a groove and let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to let it happen. It
Yeah.
really is a very delicate thing.
Oh yeah, for
So,
sure. So are you that arranger where after like a month you hear it and you're like, no, I want to change something.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
okay.
is me hands down. If there's anybody in this live that has played a
Yeah.
panorama piece or anything, but mostly
Yeah.
panorama, they know it's three different songs. It's
Okay.
one for prelims, one for semis, one for finals. And I
Oh
am
god.
sorry from the bottom of my heart. I don't mean to, but it's like you have to, that's the thing, you have to know when to leave it alone.
Right.
And for a long time, I didn't know when to leave it alone. It's just like, but it is what it is. I mean,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, but you
yeah.
really do have to know when, okay, it's good, just don't touch it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hard. That's the hard part.
It is. It is. Do you have someone like on your tapping your shoulder? I know you're planning on changing it, but just leave it. Do you have that
Um,
person?
yes, and
Yeah.
most times the members are like, you're gonna change that part out of everything. That's the part you're gonna change here. But
Okay.
we kind of, compromise and we say, let's see. Actually, there have been many times when I would say, all right, tell me, are we gonna do something new? If you all don't like it, we'll go back to the original thing.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but most times the new thing is better than the old. So,
Very true. Very true. So
yeah.
when you pick a panorama song, do you decide it or do you kind of mention it to the group and just kind of get a consensus on what they're feeling?
Okay, so that's me and mom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we definitely spend a lot of time listening. If
Mm-hmm.
that's, I mean, that's if we're doing a song that isn't an original, because for a while, let me tell you, I think there were five originals back to
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So, this year with Oil and Music, we kind of knew we always liked that, but
Mm-hmm.
we would spend some time just listening to songs and feeding off of each other. And then when we probably maybe had one or two that we like, we would bring it to the the members or executive first and ask them what
Okay.
they think. And, everybody has to love it. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's important that
Yeah.
everybody is feeling it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I understand. I think it was the same 2018. You were also a presenter for Panorama, or was it this year? I can't remember.
Presenter, you said?
Yeah, on Wack Radio.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, I have been at Wack since 2013.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done it every year uh,
Okay.
since 2014,
Okay.
except this year.
Right.
So
Right.
I think I did. I'm thinking, I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember if
That's
I did
okay.
prelims this year, but
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. No, I did a single pan only this year
Oh, okay.
because it would have been really difficult to juggle the fact that I was doing a band in each category. And then I told Kenny at WAC, which is,
Yeah.
in Ganj, I told him, I don't think it's fair for me
Yeah.
to go up there, play, and then come back and talk about everybody else.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. So I said,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't, and it would have been impossible anyway. So
Right. Right.
yeah, but I've done it
You've done it.
all the other years before that. Yeah.
Okay. So did you find that difficult to also arrange and then do that? Or was it just kind of balanced and worked out?
Uh it did work out. It worked out
Yeah,
pretty well.
that's good.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're talking on Whack Radio, I know you had a show
Right.
way back. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't do it anymore, but would you like to tell us about it?
I still do. Yeah.
Oh, you still do it? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I still
Yeah.
do. It's right now. It's every Sunday. It's from 2 to 5. It's called Steel Pan City with your girl Vanessa,
Yes.
and it's 3 hours long, which is
Okay.
great for Pan because it's one day for the
Hmm.
entire week. But um, the whole purpose of that show is, well, firstly, let me say the guys that did that show before I took over, they are really real pan men. one of them
Okay.
one of them is Darren Shepherd.
Hmm.
The other Haitian, well, he died. So I took over, um as I said, in 2013, and I was literally thrown into the deep. I had no broadcasting experience. I actually, it wasn't supposed to be me. It was supposed to be my
Okay.
mom.
Oh,
And she,
okay.
she was like, "No, Vanessa, I think Vanessa should be the one." And
Yeah.
so it really was a learning curve. And I
Yes.
did it, and I learned, and I'm still learning. So as I was saying, the whole point of the show, I always tell people who are listening, I am a student of steel band, because the people who listen to that show on the
Hmm.
radio all over the world, they know more about pan than I ever could.
Right.
Most of them, they were around from way back, and they have
Right.
so many stories, and they remember dates, and I was never good at remembering dates. I would never be. I
Hmm.
never liked history,
Right.
but it is so much fun to be there, talk with people. They call in, they request songs, and I go and search them up. They tell me the history, or I do some research, I share it with listeners.
Hmm.
I invite people in, we talk, people come in, they play. Um,
Okay.
it's so much fun. I mean,
Yeah. I
so yeah.
yeah, nice, nice. So, you won with the song you arranged, you composed, and I believe also sang,
Right.
for Trouble.
Yeah.
What was that like to be a part of Pan history? To be like the first woman?
you know, people like to ask that question, right? But
Uh-huh.
to be totally honest,
Uh-huh.
I I never I didn't think of it like that. Like
Right.
I'll be the first woman. I wasn't even thinking about the first anything. And there were a lot of firsts apparently in that, but
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of it like that because to
Mm-hmm.
me, music has no gender. So
Mm.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking that I really wanted to win. That's what I was
Right.
thinking. And it so happened that I am a girl. But you know, I'm not trying to negate the fact that that is historical and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But to me, it's just that's additional. The fact
Right.
that all of these things and so many females have said, wow, what you did and represent all of us. I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud to do that. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not the type of person to step out and say, well, I'm a woman and I want to do this.
Right. You're just
So
gonna do it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
So, yes, I get it. So earlier you talked about music psychology.
Hmm.
You said it's different than music therapy, I believe you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us the difference? Because some people may not like me, may
Okay.
not know the difference exactly.
All right. So, hmm. Music therapy, let me start with that one because
Okay.
it's easiest to understand.
Hmm.
Um, it's just as it sounds, using music as a therapeutic
Right.
for whatever, from physical to mental to emotional issues.
Hmm.
And typically, the music therapist plays an instrument, encourages the patient or um, person to play as well for relief, for healing.
Right.
Um, a music psychologist studies the effect of different types of music on the
Mm.
human mind.
Okay.
Uh, cognitive, um, the cognitive aspect, how, for example, better, the easiest thing is always to give you an example. So when you go in you're in America, right?
Yeah. Well, Canada.
Canada, okay. You have
Yeah.
Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to Walmart and they're playing this nice, upbeat, happy music,
Hmm.
and you feel like you could buy almost everything that they because you don't really have much money, but you're just in
Yeah.
a good mood and you feel like you could treat yourself today,
Right.
and you do. You spend that money, and
Yeah.
then you get home, the regret hits you. Like, what did
Why? Why did
yeah,
I didn't need this? Yeah.
exactly. So,
Yeah.
that music was designed to
Mm.
have that effect on you, to make you
Okay.
so relaxed and all of that, that
Hmm.
you spend your money.
Right.
So, I mean, those are the kind of things music psychologists, and I mean, that's just one example in a whole field,
Hmm.
but those are the kind of things we study, how to manipulate the human mind using music. It should be do no harm, it should be for good, right?
Right.
So, but we study
Right.
how those things affect humans and their behaviors and so on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with what you've learned in music psychology, do you put it into your arrangements? Have you done that before? Uh-oh. Okay. Okay.
You're
You don't have
breaking
to
up. I
answer.
can't hear you now.
It's okay. It's okay. We can bypass that question. We can bypass that.
Oh my, no, no, seriously, I don't mind answering it. The answer is yes. I mean, why not?
Okay.
I mean, it's yes. And actually,
Yeah.
Trouble was one of those that was a
Mm.
big one.
Okay. Okay.
That
So we got
was
to
a
keep a
big
closer
one.
eye on you, is what you're saying. We got to.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It
Oh,
does. It
that's funny. That's
helps, I
funny.
guess.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I guess. Well, I guess you went to school for a reason. It
Well,
worked.
the strange thing is, there are many arrangers that use that same technique and they didn't go to school for it,
Oh,
but they figured it out.
gotcha. But you
So
have the advantage, though. You have like the.
I don't know.
You know.
You still have
Okay.
to know how to do it. And I
Right.
think you can't learn that in school. That comes with
Mm,
experience of arranging. So
right.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, what do you like more? I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you like playing more? Do you like arranging more? Do you like composing more? Or is everything kind of all in the same pot? Why am I getting a lot of nods? I don't understand.
Wow. Okay. Um
Is it all in the same pot? Do you kind of feel it's all equal?
no, I can't
No?
say that.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
different things at different times.
Okay.
To be fair and to be totally honest. So
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I get it.
yeah.
I get it. Because
I
sometimes
can't
I don't want to play and I just want to arrange. So I
yeah,
get it.
yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I get it. I get it. Um, I was gonna ask you a question and I can't remember. I know that you've won like so many music festivals. So
Mhm.
many. What was that feeling like? Like, what was your thought process? Did you, like, for the music festivals, did you have to choose a song or did they kind of give you a song to play? How did most of those festivals work for you?
So depending on the festival, the rules,
Hmm.
different. So sometimes there was a test piece, sometimes I had to choose.
Okay.
All of the times it was difficult.
Mm, that's fair.
So, but music festival has made me, and I'm not being boastful, but it has made me an exceptional player
Hmm.
because the application, the dedication, the commitment, the discipline
Hmm.
that you you have to employ is on a different level.
Right.
So, and then you're playing music that is not necessarily idiomatic to the steel pan. So you're playing music, well, at least at that time, because there wasn't a lot of music for pan.
Right.
So you would have to adapt from a violin or flute or
Hmm.
piano even.
Yeah.
So you're playing music that was meant for a different instrument on the steel pan, and you have
Hmm.
to um, capture the composer's intent,
Right.
and you have to give it all that is necessary to make it sound as though it was built and designed for
Okay.
you and for that band.
Right.
So there's a lot that went into that.
Hmm.
Um, and there were a lot of tears
I can imagine. Yeah.
and anger and quarreling
Yeah.
and mommy. But no, but seriously, it really I miss now. I miss
Hmm.
doing that. I miss preparing for a festival as a
Hmm.
performer
Right.
because at the end of it, the gratification that you get
Hmm.
knowing that you gave your all, You
Right.
prepared, you were well prepared, and then you win. Or, even if you don't win, but you know that you did the best that you could,
Mm-hmm.
it is an
Yeah.
excellent feeling, extraordinary.
Yeah. Was there any virtual festivals this year because of COVID, or because I don't know if I just missed them or they just weren't happening or
Not to my knowledge, no. Actually,
okay.
what happened, we were in the middle of the Trinidad and Tobago Music Festival,
Mm-hmm.
which not many pianists enter that festival. It's more like pianists, vocalists, and so on. But
Okay.
the solo category is always pretty well attended.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I think, yeah, this year I adapted some pieces for the festival, so I'm no longer allowed to participate in that festival
Okay.
because the way they do it is once you have a degree, you're considered a
Oh,
professional.
okay.
So they've started asking me to write music for the festival. I did an original piece 2 years before, and this time we did. So we were in the middle of that, and then
Mm-hmm.
COVID.
Mm.
So they kind of
Okay.
just shelved the festival
Yeah.
until further notice because I mean they were in the middle of it and it would have been difficult to transition to a virtual situation.
Right. Right.
But I have not seen any other festivals like that.
Okay.
Virtually.
Okay. So do you know, have they kind of kept in contact with you saying what's going to happen next year, or are they just kind of figuring it out still?
I mean, I think that everybody is still in
Yeah.
figuring things out, but they
Yeah.
definitely have been in contact and
That's good.
um, they're going to probably just instead of well we didn't have the championship round,
Mm.
so I believe everyone uh the participants who won their categories that came like it,
Right.
so they're just gonna, I guess I assume
Yeah.
the next festival would be a fresh start.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for it. Hopefully they figure something out
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
needed. It's needed.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, do you have any advice for any young women that wants to be an arranger or any new arranger or composer or soloist? Do you have any advice?
Huh. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
not to quote Nike, but just do it. No,
Just do
seriously, just
it.
do it.
Okay.
I teach CXC music, so I teach a lot of people, students who have to do composition and arranging for their exam.
Okay.
And a lot of them at the beginning, they don't think they could, they don't think they could do it. And trust
Hmm.
me, their first tries are terrible. I tell
Well,
them that
everyone's is.
too.
Yeah.
No, but there are some people at the first composition or first arrangement
Uh-huh.
is like, you sure this is the first time?
Oh,
But
wow. Okay.
yeah, there are, and quite a few of them actually. Once they learn
Okay.
how to use the software to notate and or even to
Hmm.
write
Right.
by hand, there's some really good musicians out there. But I just tell them, if you really love music, you're interested in it, and just stick with it
Hmm.
because with experience and maturity comes excellence. So
Hmm.
you can't expect that overnight you'll be
Right.
really great. And more importantly, you will never reach. You will always be learning and you
Yes.
will always, I mean, music is it's so vast. You can never stop learning. You can never be the greatest,
Yeah.
So that's my advice. Just do it, stick with it, commit to it,
Nice. I
and
love that.
you'll be excellent. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So we're near like the 15-minute mark. I'm going to get everyone on here to get their questions ready while I ask you the last question.
All right.
All right, you ready?
You're real hyping up that question.
One fun fact about you that no one knows. And keep it PG.
Um, yes, I'll keep it very PG, and I'll just
Okay.
say
Okay.
I I'm very much into I don't know if it's a fun fact. Sorry if it
Okay.
doesn't satisfy those that ears cock like this. But
Okay.
I am really, really into interior design. I love it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I would watch YouTube videos of people doing renovations and
Uh-huh.
makeovers and all day if I had a chance. I really
Okay.
loved it. I really, really do.
So would this be a new business venture in the future?
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you heard it here first, guys. If you want to redecorate, call Vanessa.
Yeah,
Help her start her lookbook.
exactly. Right?
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. There you go. So is there anything else while everyone's trying to get their questions together? Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about yourself or something that you want to mention before that we didn't get to touch on?
Well, you know, um, what can I say? I mean, there's so many little things, but
Hmm.
uh I know you asked me if I'd like
Yes.
to play something.
Uh-huh.
And I would love to play something, but I have not been, I haven't been playing for some time, and
Hmm.
and this is a confession because I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
Um, but there are reasons that I don't want
Hmm.
to go into, but
Yeah.
I miss playing. And I just miss playing and not having to do anything else. And one of
Right.
my happiest moments,
Hmm.
again, had to be Panorama this year because
Oh,
I was able to play. I played between two of my favorite people on the quads,
nice.
students of mine. I don't know if they're here because I can't really see the chat too well, but
Yeah.
um we had a really good time, and I was just able to play and not think about anything else.
Hmm.
I wonder what the rhythm section doing, boy, or I was
Yeah.
I was able to
Yeah.
just zone that out and really
Yeah.
enjoy the moment, kind
Hmm.
of like how I enjoyed playing with Facebook for Big Five. Because people always ask, why you smiling so much? You smiling so much. It's like, because I was playing and I didn't have to. It was music that it's kind of like, okay, you cook, right?
Yeah.
You eat your food, it tastes good, but you don't enjoy eating somebody else's food more. If
Yes.
somebody cook for you and
Yes.
laid at the table, all you have to do is show up. I
Yes.
mean,
All the time.
yeah, it's kind of like that, It's kind
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
something
Okay.
I wanted to see.
Okay. I
Yeah.
get it. Um, I know you said double second is like your go-to pan.
Yeah.
It's like your home.
Yeah.
And you want to go to quads next.
I know. I'm just saying. Hi, Brielle. I haven't seen Brielle in so long. I'm just saying that it's up
Uh-huh.
there. It's up there.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would never leave my double second. Never.
You're married to it.
I am.
That's
Literally.
good.
Like, but I like it. I like the
Oh
quads.
yeah.
I like the
Okay.
range. I like the
Yeah.
tone. I like the
Hmm.
challenge. I like it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So I will never tell your double seconds that you're going to quads. I'll leave that between us.
yeah.
So Bree has a question. Any plans to write a steel pan method book?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
already started.
Okay.
and it has been shelved, but I will revisit
Okay.
because it's absolutely necessary. I know Liam T wrote one, and
Mm-hmm.
actually there are a few, but
Okay.
they are pretty in the preliminary zone, and I want to focus on our virtuoso steel pan players. That's what I'll
Okay.
say because they are the ones that need to be challenged.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Yeah, I agree. They're
yeah.
just kind of stuck in their little bubble. They need to get
Branch
out of that.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Bree says, "Hi, Vanessa. Great to
Hi,
hear from you."
hi, Brielle. Nice to see you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned the extended second.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Okay. So, interesting story.
Okay.
I mentioned Bertrand Kelman. He's
Mm-hmm.
our tuner for Golden Hands. He's been for a very long time. That's another
Right.
story.
Right.
But he designed this pan because I when Golden Hands did a production with Yui back in 2007, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
We went to PASIC in 2008 to perform the production. The Rainmakers, it was written by my mom. The
Okay.
script was written, she wrote the script, and Dr. Janine Remy wrote the music.
Okay.
And in that production was suite of songs. I was supposed to play a song called the Rainmaker.
Okay.
Um, and that pan was designed to um, provide all of the range that we needed. So it's
Mm.
basically a double second with an extension on either side. So
Okay.
it goes all the way down to low B flat, like
Ah.
what you have on the cello, and then all the
Yeah.
way up to, I have two. So one of them goes up to C sharp,
Okay.
which is like C sharp 6, I think. And the other one goes to D. So it gives
Hmm.
you, just as the name suggests,
Yeah.
extended second. It's an extension in both directions.
Okay.
And
Cool.
the interesting story is I I had a group called Front House at a point in time. It was just about
Mm-hmm.
5 to 8 of us, and we would play some really out there music.
Right.
Hard thing, as they say, hard thing. Jazzy stuff and whatever. And I would
Yeah.
kind of experiment a lot in that group.
Right.
And through uh, Ralph Robertson, amazing jazz pianist who died as well,
Mm.
um, Andy Norell came to our house here. And
Okay.
he, to hear Front House, to hear us play, and he was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at the pan, the extended second, and he was like, "What is this?" And then
Right.
he said that I'm not sure if he had something that was similar or wanted to design something that was similar, whatever. At
Mm-hmm.
that point, um, he was really interested, and I think he ended up doing a piece on one that he had designed.
Okay.
Um, I don't remember what's the name of it now. It's a solo. It's just a cappella, no band, nothing. Is it
Okay.
Chocolate Fog? No, one of those. But and I think he was really inspired by that. So
Okay.
it
Interesting.
has some
Huh.
history.
Yeah. Yeah. There's two questions. We have like 9 minutes left.
Yeah.
Patricia asked, "How was it working with Bugsy?"
Ha. With 9 minutes. Okay. Bugsy is
Short.
Bugsy is a genius. Hands down, he's a genius. I don't
Hmm.
care what anyone says. I mean, everybody knows that. We're not talking
Yeah.
about personality and everybody know he mad and although he is such a sweet person,
Right.
but don't cross him. You know, he's the
Good
kind
to
of
know. Good
Yeah,
to know.
he'll tell you as it is, and I could deal with
Yeah.
that. Okay, so that is on a
Okay.
personality thing.
Yeah.
But as a musician, he's
Right?
exceptional. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
I
writing
agree.
music for him, scoring out his music. He plays the piano. He says he's not a pianist, but he plays all of his compositions. He would
Ah,
play it out on the piano, chords accompanying and stuff. I think he could play any instrument if he really wants.
oh, yeah.
And then I would be there trying to pick out the notes out of that. And
Oh my goodness.
he's so. If I had to, because time is short, I would just
Mm-hmm.
say he's very kind. He's loving.
Mm-hmm.
He is no nonsense. He knows what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He loves music. Like literally, music is his life.
Right.
He's not a fool. He doesn't miss a note.
Okay.
And I think he will never run out of ideas.
Right. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, E-Man has a question. So are you hitting the beach this week or no?
Today was the first day. So
Okay.
I could imagine how many people. But I like to go to the beach. I just don't like to drive there. So if I have
Uh,
if I have to drive myself, it's a no.
I
So
see,
if
I see, I
somebody
see.
wants to take me to the beach, no problem.
Okay, so you guys heard it here first. So we have one last question real quick. When improvising, if things don't go as expected, is there anything that you fall back on?
Hi, Jaron.
Okay, I
Yeah.
will I will step back.
So Jaron is one of the quads players that I was talking about.
Mm,
He's at NIU right now.
okay.
Um, Fall back. I used to fall back on a scale that fits or
Ah,
a
okay.
mood or something. But
Yeah.
more, as I, started listening to more music and all of that, there,
Hmm.
as Maziva said, there's no wrong note. So if I do play a wrong note, I just try to make it right.
Makes
So
sense.
it's not really like a fallback. It's more like
Yeah.
okay, that's not a mistake. Let's see where that
Let's.
takes us.
So now he knows.
Now he knows.
Now
Yeah,
he
yeah,
knows.
yeah.
So before we end, we all know you. Well, I don't know if we all know, but you have eye surgery on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're sending you prayers, love, wishing you all the best, quick recovery. I don't know if you want to talk about it. It's up to you. I leave it up to you.
Okay, I would just say quickly because I know
Yeah,
people must be saying what.
yeah.
Well, I have a degenerative eye disease. It's called keratoconus. It's rare. They don't know what causes it. They don't think it's hereditary or anything like that. And there's no
Hmm.
cure, but that's what it is. And it's at to the point where my left eye, I'm legally blind in my left eye,
Hmm.
and my right eye is getting worse. So I have to have that seen about urgently.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to donate, I do have a Fund Me campaign to help me get there because I have procedures to do in Trinidad and then I have to go to Texas to get lenses and so on. You can check my
Okay.
Fund Me TNT campaign. Um, and you'll see the whole story there and you could donate or you could just say hi,
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine. I appreciate
All
it.
right. I'll try and put it on the description later.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
make sure you guys donate, say hi, send prayers, send everything. We wish you all the best. You're
Thank you.
you're the greatest in the pan fraternity, so we wish you nothing but.
Oh, you're too sweet. Don't mama guy, me not done yet.
Why would I do that? Oh my goodness.
I really
Well, we're
appreciate
nearing. Well, we love you. We love you. So, to end it, I guess, wish you the best. Give us updates when you can, or let someone else do it. I
it.
mean, we want to hear everything.
Right. Sure, of course. Will do.
Awesome, awesome. I
Thank
want
you
to
so
thank you.
much for having me.
I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate it so much. You don't understand. Like when you said yes, I was like, oh my God.
What? You have to be excited. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm glad the timing worked out because you chose the date before
Yeah,
I knew about this eye procedure. So it's perfect
yeah.
time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See, things work for a reason.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I'll have you on my show as we discussed at some point.
Okay.
What
All right.
happened? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, you have time. You have to recover after this thing. So
Okay, okay,
don't
okay.
worry.
All right. So it's not going to be like next week.
No.
Okay, okay. Oh, oh my goodness. Thanks again for being on here. We're going to definitely keep in touch.
We will.
Definitely.
So
Yes.
nice. You're such an awesome person. Really, really nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you. And
Thank
all
you.
that you're doing for Pan, keep it up,
Thank
please.
you so much. I
Yeah.
will. Just for you, because you said so.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you have a great night because I know it's late over there. So,
Yeah, I'm up. Yeah.
oh, okay. All right. You have a great night. Wish you all the best, and we will talk soon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you. And
everyone.
thanks everyone for coming. Have a good night. Bye.
Night. Bye.